my channel. It has been a whole month. I was gonna say it's been a minute, but it's been a whole month. Well, I mean, I was supposed to keep up with doing videos, but I'll be honest with you, the kind of like the stress of new year, new me, kind of just got the better of me, and I needed a big fat break, and I accidentally took one pretty much. And it wasn't even like really a proper break, it was just kind of like basically trying to work on like my own thing for a bit rather than, I don't know what I'm saying, but I just needed a break. The last time I did anything on YouTube, I basically said, look, I'm trying to battle this annoying eating disorder of mine and I will keep you updated, and I haven't actually updated you since. And I realized that I was probably a little bit overwhelmed, trying to, like, deciding to like just actually sort it out for myself, let alone share it with you. But having said that, I will obviously share whenever I can. So I spent most of January basically looking for suitable therapists. I'm wearing extensions in it, it's obvious. Basically, I dressed up today in it a little bit, like literally the first time in the whole of the year, and took like some content. I'm wearing stuff that is not gym clothes, and actually I'm wearing a Dina Tokio piece. It's a really fancy jacket. I found it quite hard to actually find anyone who was even available or who'd even get back to me. And when they did, it was just not a good match from the get-go. So a lot of you guys suggested for me to go on BetterHelp or something. And you basically pay a monthly fee and they match you up with therapists, and I think it's like a weekly session. So I went to sign up for that and I was like, oh, this looks great. This is gonna be the thing that I use. And then they matched me up with a few people and I was like, no. And then I convinced myself that I don't need it. So now we're at that stage where I've convinced myself that I don't need it, but the issues are still there and the binging is still in full swing, unfortunately. And actually though, there has been slight progress, because remember I told you I really want to try and like not feel guilty after I binge, and if I feel a binge coming on, to just eat until I'm satisfied rather than just going crazy binge and then just to the point of sickness. So there have been some days where I've actually managed to do that. And there have also been days where I've binged like out of control, but woken up the next day and not felt guilty about it. So there's slight progress with that, but we'll see. I need to convince myself that I need therapy again, basically. Anyway, today's video, I thought I would do the kind of trend that's going around on Instagram, which is the true or false. So I thought it'd be a fun way just to update you guys on stuff, have a little chat, but in this true or false kind of format. So we'll get straight into it, yeah? Because you all know Dina rambles on way too much. Wait, before we do this, another update. I know I said I Like Me launch was gonna be in January. Unfortunately, COVID ruined that for us again. But we're definitely looking at February launch, inshallah. Please God, honestly, let me tell you how far we are with I Like Me. Everything is done. Website, fulfillment, literally everything, designs. The only thing I'm waiting on is to get the pieces to my address so I can take them to a studio and shoot them for the website. That's literally the final thing. And I'm waiting on that to arrive. That's all it is. That's how close we are. Update for Dina Tokio clothing line. This is a sample. I've never even worn one in a video before because I've been too shy, which is weird. But I've decided, okay, I'm gonna start wearing my samples and I'm not gonna wait for myself to launch. I'm just gonna wear my shit, bro. Getting quotes from manufacturers, UK based and abroad. And hopefully I'm gonna be putting an order in February to do a small launch, a limited run. And we'll just see how it goes from there. Hopefully this year will be the year of launches for me, because all I do is talk about it and never do it. Yeah, you guys remind me of that all the time. You don't need to, I'm well aware. It pains me, honestly. And then, by the way, wait, let me just ramble a little bit. I was on TikTok, right? And lots of stuff about ADHD in adult females came up, and them being diagnosed really late and stuff. And a lot of the symptoms is stuff that I go through. Now, I don't wanna go in this too much because, you know, TikTok can really do this to you. But I feel like potentially there could be an issue with me, and that might be the reason I have all these great ideas and I start on stuff and I never get around to completing. Potentially, but let's just put it this way. All of my time and effort this year will be going into launching my dreams. I'm not gonna collaborate as much with other brands. I'm mainly gonna collaborate with myself and work on doing the stuff I've wanted and said I would do over the last 10 years. That is a little promise to myself. It's now or never, baby. This year or never, baby. Maybe next year, we'll see. Anyway, you guys came out with some juicy true or false things, yeah? So let's just go straight into it. Somebody said, you prefer black hair because it's less work, retouching roots, etc. Yes, I do. My hair's not like black, it's very dark brown. I keep dyeing it that just to make sure I've kind of got a natural hair color. My natural hair color is really dark brown anyway, but there's some bleached parts at the bottom that kind of give it that brassy orange thing that I don't like showing, so that's why I put the dye on until that kind of grows out. I've got extensions in right now just to take, because I took some cool pictures. You're scared to post feet pictures. I'm not scared to post feet pictures, but I'm well aware that I do not have the most desirable feet on planet Earth, but alhamdulillah, I have feet. I thank God every day. You are not passionate about modest wear anymore. This is so far from the truth. I am extremely passionate about modest wear, and clothing in general and oversized fits as a whole are my life. I live for oversized silhouettes, oversized boxy silhouettes, loose fit clothing, tight in some places, but not the places most people like. That is definitely false, that statement. You don't intend on wearing hijab again. False. I do intend on wearing it again, although potentially not with the same mentality that I had before. And you know, I still do wear it every now and then. I just haven't posted it online, if I'm honest with you, just because it creates a lot of ag for people, which is annoying because personally I know loads of people who wear it one day, don't wear it for a week, who just wear it whenever they feel like. For some reason, when I say I want to do that, it's absolute. So, false. You never want another kid. Correct. True. I never want another child. Honestly, I'm done. 2 is enough, alhamdulillah. Have you lost or gained weight / muscle since working out? Okay, this is not really a true or false thing, but I haven't lost weight, but I for sure have gained a shit ton of muscle. And if anything, I'm very hench right now. Most people who know me will be like, Dina, are you bulking? Or like, what's going on with you, hon? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm just working out and eating, so. But I'm not like your typical gym person who splits her workouts, like Monday legs, Tuesday glutes, Wednesday pull day, push day. I don't do that. My preference, honestly, is doing full body every time I do a workout. It's full body sessions, full body HIIT sessions, cardio, which is my skipping, or it's full body kettlebell flow or mini barbell work. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a lot of my workouts on there. Sorry, I'm doing this almost like a speed thing. You seem more lost and unhappy since removing hijab. True, to an extent. When I first removed it, I was lost and unhappy. And only until recently, actually, I was like that. But I think, sorry, my real hair is going out of place. But I think that it wasn't more so like a religious journey. You have to remember, I wore hijab since I was like 11 years old. So it was more so a journey of like, oh my God, this is a big change, and like understanding who am I without it? Like, who even am I? Because I wore it when I was like really young anyway, literally a child, 11 years old. And I feel like you don't actually know yourself until you get into your 30s, honestly, late 20s, 30s. There's so much growth in life to do and so much to find out about yourself. And I think a lot of it actually was the fact that I took it off online, and I had to, I mean, I didn't have to, but like, and I was sharing that with such a huge audience compared to like if I just took it off privately and then carried on wearing it online, which a lot of people told me to do, but I genuinely feel like that is being a hypocrite and also just lying to hundreds of thousands of people. So I really didn't want to do that. So I was lost and unhappy, but it was a combination of lots and lots of things. Yeah, and I'm now on a journey of kind of just like getting myself to myself, who whatever my new self is. It might not be the old Dina. Obviously there's aspects of old Dina, like personality wise and stuff, but views, opinions, just like maturing. You know, I'm gonna be 32 inshallah this year, so like I'm old now, bro, you know what I'm saying? Not TikTok generation, you get me? You never thought you could inspire people with skipping. By the way, I started because of you. That is so nice to hear. I'm so glad you started. I definitely didn't think I could inspire people when I started skipping. The reason I started skipping was because it was part of my tone and sculpt workout guide that I was following. It used to be like part of the warm-up. Like the warm-up was just skip for 4 minutes and then get into my workout, whatever the workout was. And then I accidentally came across all these amazing jump rope people on Instagram that had started skipping in the first lockdown and started doing these amazing tricks and just like sick stuff. And if you skip or jump rope, you know that you need to have a lot of rhythm. You don't need to, but it's nice to have rhythm with the rope, listen to good music, do some footwork. It's honestly one of the funnest forms of cardio, unless you find another sport like playing football or basketball. They're obviously really fun forms of cardio. Skipping is genuinely, to me, feels like dancing. And when you learn a new trick, oh my God, the feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction is unbeatable. You have no idea. So I just started sharing that more. Because in the beginning, when I started skipping, it wasn't like how everyone else has started skipping, where they're just starting to skip and they're learning tricks from the get-go. I legit was just bouncing up and down for my warm-up. And then about 4 months into that, I started seeing all these tricks and I was like, oh, you can do this stuff with a rope? What is this? So I thought, let me just try. And I wasn't very good, obviously, but then I just kept practicing. I learned my first trick, which was the double under. And I was like, hey, I can do a double under. Wow, I'm like professional. And then I learned the crossover, and then you just do the double under and the crossover kind of moves all the time until it literally just comes to you and you look sick doing it, and then you just learn the next move and the next move. And the great thing with skipping is you're never done learning. There's some of the people out there, they're doing backflips and shit. I'll never do a backflip, but some of the tricks they do just look so good, and I will not be done with jump rope literally for like years and years, because the amount to learn is mental, and so it's always changing and there's always something challenging. When I first started working out, which is just over a year ago, I would have never ever dreamed that I could do the stuff that I can do now, not just with skipping, but lifting the weights I do and my kind of just my fitness in general. That could have never been me. So if I can do it, I'm telling you now, it's possible for anyone. It's crazy. You come from a wealthy family. False. So my immediate family, like how I grew up, my mum, my dad, and with our siblings, we didn't grow up wealthy at all. We grew up, I don't know, regular. We've always rented a house. We moved a lot. We lived in Egypt first, and then we moved to London, and I just remember moving all the time, which I actually really enjoyed moving a lot, actually. Well, it's not even, I don't know if I enjoyed it, but it's just something I'm really used to. So we weren't wealthy, but we weren't poor. I don't remember growing up struggling, so in that sense you could say wealthy, but we definitely weren't like, you know, like rolling in it, that's for sure. You are not motivated to do YouTube. True, I'm not motivated to do YouTube. Do you know, I hate to be a person about numbers. I really do, but like when you've been doing YouTube for legit 10 years and your numbers are just decreasing, where's the motivation? It's sad, I know. I do have motivation to film new, different content, kind of not my usual. I don't know, man. There's times in the year where I get really motivated and I really want to share with you guys a lot of stuff on YouTube, and then there's other times like the new year where I'm just like, no. Sometimes I'm really motivated, sometimes I'm really just not. I'm currently not that motivated. However, do you know what, guys, as well, we're in lockdown, the third lockdown, but this is the second time now where they've closed schools. And I'm finding it really difficult to get motivation for anything while I have to look after the kids. Me and Sid have now made a kind of a new plan where we're really splitting the days so that we can give our all to the kids when we're homeschooling, and one person gets to work, and we're kind of switching the days like that. So today's like my work day, and yesterday I was homeschooling, and you can't even think about work properly because you half-ass everything. And like I've got people on my WhatsApp or on emails going, Dina, could you get back to me about this, and I just can't do it. It's really difficult with children because you like your heart is with the kids, like you want to just give your attention to them, and I don't want to turn, like I have been, into a mean mother who's just going, just 1 second, Hannah, please, let me just do this email, please, Hannah. Because kids are genuinely, at this age, like 5 and 2.5, they're genuinely full on, they demand your attention all the time. But hopefully, you know, there's not much longer with this lockdown, and hopefully they go back to school and I can get my head back into, you know, the things that I want to do, pretty much. I have been working though since last year on a really exciting collaboration, a design collaboration, so get excited, with another brand, and that will be out inshallah very soon, hopefully around Ramadan time. And it's not clothing, okay, so think what else it could be. But I'm really excited about it because the design process was incredibly passionate, and I believe we created the perfect collection of, so we'll see. You know what I haven't had time to do? Create content. a lot. But I have had time to like work on other things, you know, like designing and stuff like that. Anyway, you're 5'6". True-ish, I'm 5'6.5", I think. Sometimes it says 5'6", sometimes it says 5'6.5", but yeah, true. You've had plastic surgery. True. I mean, no, false. I've had aesthetics done. So I've had lip filler and I've had Botox. I've had Botox probably about 3 times now, and I'm due for more, but it's lockdown, so I probably can't do that for a while. And lip filler, I've had 3 times lip filler. Lip filler I've had 3 times. But each time I go to get lip filler, I literally have less than 0.5 mil put in, just because I keep it I try to keep it really natural. Although the last time I went, I actually had 0.5 put in, because it had been about 8 months since I'd had it. And I was like, go on, just put the whole thing in then. And I think because it was all locked, it was in between the lockdowns, so I was like, I don't know when I'm going to see you again, just put the whole 0.5 in. And she did, and they looked very plump, and I really loved them, but I really appreciate when they settle down a little bit and look more natural. So you miss wearing turbans sometimes, but you don't because of the backlash. Yes, very true. I definitely miss it. Sometimes I look at my scarves and my turbans, I'm like, But like I said, sometimes I do wear it, I just don't post it online anyway. And you know what else? Before I took my scarf off, I was working on a turban design, which was actually a design that my grandmother did, and I think I probably showed you guys in really old vlogs. But I'm trying to like perfect it, or I tried to perfect it before I took my scarf off, and then I stopped because I was like, I can't sell scarves now or turbans because I took it off, and that's just mean. But I think I am going to perfect the design and potentially bring it out later down the line, just because it is a piece, it's an accessory that I would really still love to wear, but we'll see. It's so sad how like people just make you feel like you're not allowed to do something anymore, like, or it's not your right to do something anymore, which, you know, it's crazy, because if you think about clothing lines and even modest, like even brands that are targeted to Muslim women, a lot of them are owned by men, so, you know. You are so tempted to go back to being blonde. Yes, I am. This is true. I'm so tempted. But I'm also really enjoying the fact that I don't need to go to the hairdressers, and I don't need to worry about it looking a certain shade. I'm also really enjoying the fact that dark hair suits me much more when I have no makeup on. Blonde hair looks really good with full face of makeup, but without my makeup, I look back at videos and I really did look a little bit weird. You had your teeth, lips done and Botox. I always thought you were really pretty before. Yes, so like I mentioned before, I had Botox and lips done. But guys, you have to remember, Botox doesn't last. It lasts on me like 3 months, then I start getting all the movement and the wrinkles back. Lips also don't last, they fizzle out after however many months. And I did have my teeth done, I've mentioned this before. I had my teeth done, it's coming up to it's 2.5, almost 3 years ago, and I had them by the lovely Dr. Yusra, who is on Instagram, and she is amazing, and she did my teeth for me, and I'm probably due to go and get them. I mean, I had composite veneers done, so my real teeth are all still underneath, and basically 6 of my teeth, so 3 on either side of my front teeth, were kind of just like molded into a more straight and kind of bigger shape, because they were quite small before. I'll show you a before actually right here. I'll just screenshot it from an old video. That was the before, this is the after. I also had them whitened to get this effect. You've been looking really sad lately, like not the usual jolly self. I suppose I did, you know, I do go through feeling quite low or a little bit depressed maybe, or going through like eating disorder issues or family issues, or not feeling motivated. I have been feeling down lately, I don't know if it's just January blues or the lockdown situation, but I don't feel like myself. I feel worn out, I feel run down, I feel loads of sad things, unfortunately. But then I get moments like now when I feel like myself again, and you know, sometimes I take the opportunity to create content when I do feel like that. But a lot of the time when I feel like that, I just take the time out to myself, because it doesn't come often. But you know, it's a work in progress. You know, people get sad in life, and honestly, it's down to yourself to get yourself out of the slump. It really is. If you want, yeah, I don't know. I don't want this to get too deep. You like your body right now. True and false. I do like the changes that I've seen with my body since I've started working out and lifting weights. It's not like, you know, the dream body, but at the same time, I don't look at it that much, to be honest with you. I don't hate it. I mean, I don't hate my body. Like, I like my body in the clothes that I choose to wear. Like, for me, I love clothes more than body. You lost passion for your job after you took off your hijab and now you're getting it back. I don't think I lost passion for my job, but I lost knowing what I was doing. I lost my purpose. I didn't know what my purpose was anymore. And so I had to really evaluate, what is my purpose on this platform? What am I doing here? And then obviously I realized I could do whatever the hell I want. Mate, do you know what I mean? It's also a case of redirecting my work so that it still fits with my passion. Because you guys know, I mean, I have a lot of passions, but the main thing I've always just wanted to do work-wise is fashion, designing, sourcing, everything kind of fashion industry, but not in the mainstream term. Like, even now when I see fashion on Instagram and the kind of the really big fashion bloggers and stuff, it's not somewhere I feel like I fit. It's not, nothing I've ever done has ever been in the conventional kind of journey. It's always been my own journey and just like making up my own rules as I go along. And that is something I really live by. And sometimes it's really hard to lose that mentality and that confidence, because you constantly think you need validation from like the people at the top. But actually, when the confidence is there, I remember actually the way I started was paving my own path, and so I'm going to continue to do that and achieve everything I'm trying to my own way. Do you know what I mean? You can bake amazingly. False. Wow, no way. God, the other day I made Rice Krispie cakes with Hannah and I burnt the chocolate when I was melting it. Your parents are divorced. This is true. I don't think I've ever really confirmed this because I've always felt like it's not really my place to say. I know they're my parents, but like, you know, they're my parents, so. It is true though, they are divorced. My parents are divorced. I Like Me is dropping in February. You know, the plan was January, so inshallah it is gonna drop in February and you'll be seeing it all over my YouTube and all over my Instagram, because I, for one, cannot wait to wear nothing but that, you know? You guys know from my last video how passionate I am about I Like Me, and I genuinely cannot wait to bring it back to life for you guys. You secretly think about moving again, LOL. This is very true. Why are you in my head? I do, man. Oh, I told you guys before, like, I get bored. But the thing is, we've bought this house now, so we're like, obviously we're staying put. But the good thing is, because we've bought it, it means we can do whatever we want with it. And anyway, we've got so much renovation to finish that I'm okay for now, because the vision that I have is not yet complete with this house. So maybe when the vision is complete, it might be a moment where I'm like, okay, maybe we should just sell it and move on now because I've done everything I want to with it. But there's so much that I want to do with this house. There's actually, one of the reasons we bought this house, because there was endless opportunities with it in terms of renovation, because it's such a weird layout of a house. So I'm okay for now, but true, I always do think about it. You hate Islam. Very false. I hate this notion that people have, like if a woman takes off her hijab, she's left the religion, she needs help, she needs guidance. Like, I'm very much Muslim, I'm very much a practicing Muslim, and I very much love my religion. And I very much know the difference between people, culture, and the actual religion, so like, this is very false. I love being a Muslim. You think a woman can have a fulfilling life without kids. True, I do think that. Yes, I do, 100%. A woman can live a fulfilling life without kids, 100%. Kids are not the be-all and end-all, they're fabulous. And it's a great achievement. I don't know about now because I already have them, but let's say I never had kids, I could create a fulfilling life. But I can't probably now because I have my kids and I can't imagine life without them. But 100%, yeah. You're trying to create more of a capsule closet now rather than collecting funky items. Yes, this is true. If you guys have seen a lot of my videos, I've been doing a lot of clear outs in my wardrobe and just keeping pieces that are super timeless, pieces that I am always reaching for and always wanting to wear when I do get dressed, obviously. In terms of my design process, Dina Tokio is going to be all about seasonless design, seasonless clothing. We're not going to be following trends. I'm literally creating pieces that I know I will want to keep in my wardrobe like forever, and Hannah will wear them when she is older and she's into her own style. That's the kind of mentality I have with fashion now. And since having that mentality, of course I still shop fast fashion. It's not an overnight thing, but I definitely am shopping it much less than before. You are not very interested in talking about religion anymore. True and false. True in the sense of I don't really want to put it online because it creates such drama sometimes, and your words can really be misconstrued and taken out of context, that it becomes a really dangerous and unsafe place to put your religious kind of views online. And I would love to be able to still talk about it because it's part of my life, but I just feel like people online, certain groups online, they really make it so you just can't do it. And they'll come out and be like, oh, no one's forcing you, you can do what you like. But the backlash that you get and the kind of harassment pushes people away, and that is the saddest part of all. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it there because my battery's gonna run out and I can hear Hannah coming up the stairs. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Hopefully it won't be a whole other month. Till next time, peace!